Everybody, how's it going? So today's video is going to be all about Nicotiana species, that is tobaccos and mapacho. So let's just talk a little bit about, everyone pretty much knows what tobacco is, but we can talk about it a little bit. Tobacco is in the Solanaceous family. It is in the Nicotiana genus, and there's two main species. There's Nicotiana rustica and Nicotiana tabacum. Nicotiana tabacum is known as, well, it's the normal commercial tobacco, but isn't necessarily commercial. It could be grown organically as well, but it's your gold leaf tobacco that is probably from Mexico or the even parts of the southern US. So that's Nicotiana tabacum, the tobacco we're mostly used to, or that's more common in Western culture. This is Nicotiana rustica, or black Amazonian tobacco, sometimes called shaman's tobacco, also known as mapacho. And it is darker. It I can only say that it smells like the jungle, like dank, dark, maybe almost like rotting vegetation, but in a good way. So I'm gonna sell a bit of this to a friend, and so as you can see, we're unwrapping it here. He asked me to unwrap it. It's covered in this like bark, outer leaf bark, outer casing, So we got a cutting board here, and we got a serrated knife, and we're just gonna cut about half of this off and see where we're at. I'm selling him about 450 grams, 500 grams. So if you guys want any of this, it's pretty hard to cut through. If you guys want any of this, you're more than welcome to send me a message and let me know. It's a lot. You'd be amazed how much tobacco is in that. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but it smells just amazing. That is some good tobacco right there. Black Amazonian mapacho, Nicotiana rustica. So, wow, yeah. Woo! That smells great. It smells like rotting vegetation. It smells dark, maybe notes of like rum and chocolate. Maybe some caramel and raisin coming through. That is a fine tobacco. And like I said, when you break it all up, it'll be like a big old pile. Anyway, so moving on. That's the good old mapacho there. Just a log of Nicotiana rustica, mapacho. So moving on, of course, check out this little bag I made. So I made this bag just the other day. Just punched the holes in the leather myself and whatnot. And it's just a little, it just cinches shut. And you can open it up like that, nice and wide and open. And as you can see, we have some various snuffs in here. Cinnamon snuff, one I don't remember, a Munya snuff, and a snuff from Acre. I also have this other nice little carrying case. So we have these for sale as well, in different styles, different types, that I carry other snuff items in, like this Brazilian Rapei tupi with menthol, this Tsunu from Acre in Brazil as well, I think, which is really, really good, and seri-tonki, as the Machinga call them, although they use a bone. Seri-tonki means tobacco bone, so that's not 100% accurate, but I like to use as many Machinga phrases as I can, and I think they would probably call this a seri-tonki too, because it refers to a snuff tube. I think their word for a snuff tube is seri-tonki. So, yeah, you guys have seen some of the snuff tubes and whatnot. I do have more models. Not sure why I didn't bring them out, but for some reason I forgot to bring out the snuff tubes. But we have various styles of snuff tubes, and there's another video where you can see that. I am going to do a little bit of snuff. Oh, I have this holiday snuff. This is really nice. It's just a little tiny vial of this holiday snuff, and I'll do a little bit of that, and I'm actually going to blend it, but blend it just right here before I do it. So I'm going to put some of this, way too much, some of the Sunu up here on top. It's still too much. Yeah, okay, so we got a little Sunu in there. And then we're going to add some of this. I made this personally. This is made out of, so I made Rapei out of the mapacho, out of this type of mapacho. And basically, it starts out like coarse ground like this. Well, it starts out in the log, and then we get it down to this, and then we continue working it, and we add yipta. Yipta is this, it's an ash, and what it does is it changes the pH. I can't remember if base is low or high. I think it's low, so whatever's basic. It makes it more basic, and what that does, I'm not very good with chemistry, but I believe that that base, it basically changes the nicotine and nicotine-related compounds from a salt form into a free base form. I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's around there. And what that does is it makes the nicotine and other related chemicals much more readily available when you either chew it, snort it, smoke it, whatever. Commercial cigarette producers always do this, and as do Amazonian natives. So this is following most of the snuffs, I would assume, have rapé in them, but I don't know that. But most of the native tribes and whatnot, they have a certain kind of rapé that they use, either the bark from a special, I'm sorry, yipta, not rapé. They have both. The yipta is in the rapé, and they have special kinds of bark that they use from different trees. They burn it down into ashes. They get this very basic substance, and then they use that to mix with their rapé, as well as other things like coca. It also changes the pH of coca and gives you a stronger kick of the coca and related the compounds that are in coca. So here I just have a little, this is a pretty big snuff, but I've already mixed it up, so I'm not going to put it back in there. Just in the cap here, and I'll take my double snoofer here, my seritonki, as it's known in Machinga, and yeah, woo, that was a good one. So, as my eyes water, my face is filled with what tastes like pumpkin spice, because this has clove, cinnamon, nutmeg, very small amounts. Ooh, my eyes water. Very small amounts, but it has, this is the holiday snuff. So when you snoop this, it smells like Christmas, and it's nice. So that's cool. That's our special, only from, October to December holiday snoof. So get it while you can. So anyway, moving on, you guys have seen my new bag I made and the little jars of snuff in here. I showed you the yipta, and like I said, I just have all these jars. Let's see, we'll turn the camera. I just have all these jars over here of different types of snuff. This is just coarse ground snuff, rapé. It was made around New Year's this year, the first day of this year. The good thing about snuff and rapé is that it doesn't really go bad. Actually, aging it, I think personally, aging it makes it better. The nicotine content might change a little bit, but I've never found it to not be, yeah, Aaron said, don't bludgeon people with the mapacho. Yeah, this thing's hard, like really, really hard. And yeah, you could probably give someone a wallop with that thing. It's pretty strong. Yeah, so we cut that up. This, for example, is just a little vial, of coarse ground rapé. I'll show you guys in my hand. It's just real coarse ground rapé, but it already has the yipta added. So if you guys want, or this one might not actually, but I know that these slightly more finely ground rapé has the yipta already added. So if you're making anything but smoking products, because this is too finely ground to be smoked, you can see this is pretty finely ground already. Thank you, Tobacco Spirits. We gave that one back to the earth. It's pretty finely ground already, so you wouldn't want to use it for smoking, but you could use it for any other kind of tobacco products that you want to make. If you want to make chew or those little packet things, whatever they're called, snus or whatever, which confuses me because I say snoof, so I don't know. So whatever those little packet tea bag looking things are that people use, like in Sweden and stuff and Europe. Even, yeah, chewing tobacco it could be, although it's pretty powdery, so you probably would want to put in the tea bag thing. Obviously snuff. You can just buy this sort of as a base for whatever you then want to make. Or if you're smoking it out of a pipe, you could add a very small amount on the top of some other tobacco that's just loose leaf, like this, for example. This is just out of the log, and it just looks like regular old tobacco once you get it out. Although it's very black and dark, Still smells really great. I do prefer to leave it in this form. Yeah, I don't know how well you guys can see that, but it's really like, mmm, smells good. Yeah, Aaron said you could make a quid of it. Exactly. So I also have these ready-made. These are all I have. This is it. All of them. These are ready-made mapachos. These are gonna go for I think $1 each, or $15 for 20. Or maybe I'll do $20 for 25 actually. But yeah, there's not too many, but I got some here. Hey Eric, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Good to see you. Good to see you tuning in. Yeah, so I think we've pretty much ended near the end of all my tobacco products. I don't think I have anything else. So yeah, if you guys want to know more about what I do, if you want to buy some of these products, the best thing to do is message me directly. Or you can go to my website, www.ethnoco.com. That's ethnoco.com, where our motto is helping people, help plants, help people. Y'all have a good day.